Material Components, Season 2, Episode 56, Truth Bomb. Greetings and welcome to Material Components, the actual play RPG show all about a galaxy of magic and the adventurers who live there. I am your humble dragon master, Mike Cargoni, and joining me, as always, are my stalwart adventurers. Hey adventurers, thanks for being here.
Heck yeah.
Oh!
It's oddly normal. All right. There we go. Hey everybody. I am Olivia, and I will be playing Florian of Aquilar.
I'm Elliot, and I'm playing Shay.
I am Michael, and I'm playing Oswald Octavian Theophilus III.
And I'm Reed, and I'll be playing Amari.
Indeed. And of course, before we begin today's session, I would like to ask the same question I ask every time, and that is, Elliot, do you remember what happened last time?
Yes. So last time was a downtime session, kind of cooling off from our extremely well thought out and well executed mission. We had various conversations with our NPCs, kind of dealing with the potential fallout of Cromwell Silvaro's visit to the Storm's Repose. We didn't get a whole lot of info, but it did seem that he basically showed up and then left 15 minutes later, from what we could gather. He showed up 15 minutes late with Starbucks and then peaced. So, other than that, we just sort of did a lot of internal stuff. We kind of discovered what Mara had done when she kind of entered the Tiresian, kind of melded all of the ship systems together to make it more efficient. We don't really know what that means yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. And we came to a realization at one point that when we needed to go back to the Storm's Repose, quote unquote, we had to make sure that Mara, 1, wouldn't be detected, and 2, wasn't going to go and do that to the Storm's Repose. So we had the first of what I'm sure will be many difficult conversations with her. And so to kind of help her...
She took it well-ish.
She took it... I mean difficult as in difficult to have... Difficult for us to initiate and talk through, because we have suddenly been given a child.
With immense, unknowable power.
Unknowable power.
It could turn into Superman, could turn into Brightburn. Who's to say?
I was literally about to say, we need to Superman the fuck out of this kid. So Florian and Shay popped into the Metanet to kind of hang out with her give her some company while she processed her new feelings and information that she was given. And also Amari and Oswald and Florian at some point received communications from their family members. Basically, as soon as we had warped into, I'm going to say Grogu because I can't remember.
The ogre homeworld of Gobwar.
Gobwar. Because there had been some transmission delays. So we got a little bit of taste of Amari's wife, and Oswald's various family members, who all seem so delightful, and I cannot wait to meet them.
Mm-hmm.
And at the very end of the last episode, we received a notification that Operations Director Victoria Silvaro had resigned from her position as Operations Director, and Mister Zin sent Amari a message saying that our positions had been compromised.
Yes, indeed. And considering you had gone the stated 2 days since contacting Mister Zin saying, we're about to do something... I believe the exact words was...
Making good trouble.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But if you don't hear from us in 2 days, send help. You then... Well, help is being sent.
You say we. Amari was the one who sent the message.
And just like every other time, I forgot to check in. This is a reason. There's a reason why my parents tell me, like, "Hey, check in when you get somewheres," because I'll forget. And it'll be a week and a half. I'm like, "Are you dead?"
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
There are several things on the near horizon that Oracle Zero need concern itself with, not least of which is the pending arrival of whatever help Mister Zin deems necessary to send, as well as the knowledge for Oswald that his name is now in contention, and the best lawyers at Vorpal Corp that money can buy seem to be under the assumption that there is a new Oswald Octavian Theophilus III in town, and he will be assuming control of your assets and property.
It's not the end of the year yet, so I think he's being a little presumptuous, but I guess we will see.
But what you do know is that a certain Oswald Octavian Theophilus III, rightfully so or not, is going to get to the Storm's Repose here on Gob War to assume your, maybe not identity, but at the very least your stuff. We'll see how that goes.
Do I need to set up a series of booby traps in my room? Is that what needs to happen?
You mean
whether? Yeah. Whether or not you go full Home Alone on any given day is your own prerogative. I have no control over that. But as Oracle Zero finds themselves suddenly aware that their position is not exactly as secure as maybe they had once thought, you all are, at the very least, disconcerted when another ship enters your secret base. It is almost immediately after you have found this message, Amari, saying that help is on the way, that your position has been compromised, that it seems as though your position has been even more compromised physically by the arrival of a second vessel.
So Florian and I are still metadiving?
You're just getting out of that meta dive.
Okay.
What does the ship look like? Is it a fellow, like, Coal Foundation shuttle?
I don't know. Mr. Zin, what does the ship look like?
Oh, cool.
The ship that is docking at your own personal secret moon base is a relatively small and sleek ship. It looks like it's built for speed. There is the drive crystal is probably bigger than the actual habitable area of the ship. This thing looks like it can get around the galaxy very quickly if needs be. As it comes in, it kind of has spider legs that come out and that it settles down onto, and then basically the whole thing kind of tilts forward, and as it opens up, it looks like there's probably room for 3 or 4 people in there at most. Doesn't even look like it's built for long occupancy, honestly.
And striding out of that ship at a pace that would suggest that there is a minor emergency afoot, a man dressed as he usually is in business-like attire strides into your secret base, seeing all of you basically nonchalantly going about your day.
Oh, I was thinking we were getting ready to ambush this person. We don't know who this is.
That's true.
Oh, yeah. Like, the big-ass knife is out.
I'm ready to, I don't know, fuck shit up with my mind, you know?
Brain blast.
So, I'm guessing that whatever trouble you were getting yourself into didn't get you killed, and that I didn't need to come here as fast as possible.
Yeah, whatever gave you that impression?
I'm not sure, Amari.
I'll own this. I will own this. I forgot. I apologize to everyone involved. That's on me.
I'll believe your team leader.
What did you all do?
Whew,
What
boy.
happened?
Well, honestly, it is probably good that you're here.
Mike, is there anyone else other than the team in the cave?
Duma will lean out of the Tiresian and go, "Hello, Mister Zin."
Duma?
And let's see, is there anyone else here right now?
Cromwell Silvaro.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, there's two of him, actually.
Oh, right.
He's with me.
Kala and Vesnis are not here at the moment.
Okay.
Wonderful.
They could pop in like Joey from Friends at any moment.
I lock the doors
Okay.
from afar.
Echoing through the chambers here is this loud kerthunk, followed by a second louder kerthunk, and then a third deep choom, as some sort of
Ooh.
blast doors seal.
All three. Wow.
It must be important.
So, why don't we sit down and have a chat? Why don't you tell me exactly what has been going on? Because things have gotten weird, not gonna lie.
Oh, you don't say.
What?
That wasn't
wait,
meant to be sarcastic.
Yeah, like
It's
what
just
do
how he
you
sounds.
mean? Things have gotten weird.
Yeah.
Why don't you report in, and then I'll tell you what's been happening.
Just a quick refresher. What was the last thing we told you that we did?
That's
That
character
you were-
laughter.
That you were getting up to some good trouble in your usual
Right.
spot and to send help.
But what was the last like specific details of the crazy thing we just most recent? Like, did we tell you about Teoshin?
All right. All
Okay,
right.
so we've got a
Okay.
lot to discuss.
Listen, yeah, it's just we've got a lot to fill you in on.
Yeah,
Lots
the
to catch
last
up
time
on.
I spoke to you, you had yet to turn to the Storm's Post for the first time.
Gotcha.
Right. Okay.
It's been a minute.
So let's sit down. I'm going to have myself a whiskey because this is going to be one of those days.
Oh, there's no need. There's plenty of 12 Loco.
No.
Okay.
Only Oswald likes that shit.
Yes.
Fuck.
What, you don't like 12 Loco brought to you by Vorpal Corp? Drink it hard.
It's the only way to drink it.
particularly.
I think that Florian is giving Shay like sort of like big eyes, raised eyebrows, hey, maybe sidebar kind of look. Hey, we didn't talk about whether or not, out of character, we didn't talk about whether or not we were going to tell Sid about stuff.
Mm.
Question. Well, I guess we have to figure it out on the fly.
Wizard question.
Mm.
Can I like put thoughts into people's heads?
Thoughts insofar as like fully conjugated sentences? No.
Okay.
You can kind of like nudge emotions and feelings if you're trained at it,
Which I'm not.
which you're not. So
Right.
you could try and see what happens.
Also, please don't do that to me, even if you were trained at that.
Becoming Florian's arm sounds really funny.
Oh, it does sound very funny. And I did. have an idea about that for like a funny like side comic like little thing, but we won't talk about that.
So
That sounds like Patreon content to me.
so yes, but also no.
Okay. I try to give Florian a look that is a half shrug, but also like very serious.
So you know what's
Excellent.
happening right now? What's happening right now is combat, but it's social combat, everybody. So
Well,
what's happening right now, I think, is either Florian or Shay needs to make some kind of roll to convey this back and forth without Mister Zin noticing.
okay.
You have anything in covert? No.
I also have a D6 in covert, and I'm gonna do this carefully.
Me too.
And just a quick curious, Mister Zin, do you have anything and any
I'm
talent?
adding up my roll.
Okay.
Excellent. Good. Good.
All
Good.
right.
Good.
Good.
But I guess this is more of a passive role. You're not actively aware that they're trying to deceive you just yet. So,
Oh, no, it's accurate.
what do you have in terms of quick and some kind of social observation talent?
Quick, I have a D4 in,
Oh.
and I have a D12 in emotional etherics.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Shit.
So the exact thing I was just talking about.
Interesting. Yes.
Shocking.
Turns out the person that invented the idea might like it.
Huh.
Well, I got
I
a 21 to convey to Florian that I think that that trusting Zin is okay, but I will protect Mira with my life.
And add a 6 to that for my influence roll. Unless you already rolled for me. Because I'll assist.
Oh,
But
you
my-
meant assist. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you
So
want me to actively roll?
27.
7.
No. Because I got higher than the highest you could have rolled there was a 16. So we'll say that exchange of glances that goes between like, oh, how are we going to broach this subject, and going back to Shay's kind of steely look of, I guess we'll figure it out, but also we'll defend Mara with my life. Zin is more concerned with the whiskey tumbler that is being filled up in front of him right now.
It's been a stressful few
he
days.
just knows he's gonna get the truth out of us anyway. It's fine.
This encounter will determine that, I think.
Oh, can I pour anyone else a drink?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
I
I'm
pass
good,
off
thank you,
a whiskey.
I'm
Okay.
fine.
Brian, anything?
I'm fine. I'm okay.
Uma?
And Duma, who has like gone back inside the Tiresian, will stick his head back out and go, "Oh no, Duma is going to be in here. Thank you.
Bye, Duma.
Bye, Mister Zin."
Love that guy.
Shall we begin your mission report? Because I'm assuming that what you've done is go on a mission.
Couple.
Oh, good. Wonderful. Yes.
So I did mention Teoshin, so I suppose we should start there.
Well, before Teoshin, though, we did come back to the Storm's Repose, and
Right. Oh, yes, we didn't
Yeah.
even... Oh, my goodness, right.
yeah,
Oh,
right?
So much. So much.
Good news, we might have, well, at the time, we succeeded in flipping Victoria.
Hmm.
Bad news is she's resigned like 10 minutes ago. So,
I'm aware.
okay, yeah. That makes sense.
Real shame too, because I spent quite a long time on that PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, and she made us play it like 3 times.
Like a lot of times. Like I put it together and I was getting done with it, let's be real.
So that worked for a couple of turns.
Hmm.
And then yeah, that's when Teoshin, after that was when Teoshin happened. Pass it back off to him.
So, why did you go on a mission to an ice world?
So, you know how you told us to... So it's actually quite clever when you think about it, but when you said make good trouble. Well, so we looked into the information that we had found and saw that there was one of those secret bases within, a quick jaunt away. So we're like, let's just see what's in there, let's just find out. So we did, and turns out they were digging up old Cogrish technology and using it for some sort of dark technology. They were literally cloning Cog. For what purpose we have not yet deciphered, but very, very strange. We also found out, I don't know if you know this, Cog cannot be detected in the metanet. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah, neither did I. Wow. So that was really interesting. Oh, yes, and I suppose we did also... Well, somebody... We rescued someone from it. Somebody who crashed their ship into or near the base. It wasn't very clear. And was going to be executed, but, we stepped in as we do. Am I missing anything from that mission?
There was a fae there. There was a court
That's right.
fae
There
also
was.
in that moon base.
Yeah.
Which one?
Was it a harlot?
The harlot of the
Court of Air. I assume.
Something breeze. Yeah, it was.
Harlot of the Whispering Breeze, something like that.
I believe
I think
it's
it was
Calming
Stinky
Breeze.
Breeze. I think it was Stinky Breeze.
I think it was Stinky Breeze too. Actually,
Yeah.
The stagnant breeze.
Mm-hmm.
The rancid breeze.
Hmm.
Somewhere in my notes.
And did you interact with this harlot at all?
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
because
very
the reason that we got into the base was because we disguised ourselves as inspectors. So we got the full tour.
We did. The disguise worked perfectly. Nobody suspected.
Nobody reported
Well,
us.
It
Until
was,
Sounds
he
like there's a
decided
bug
to
there.
Save someone.
there was a bit of a but. Yes.
Well, I mean, we had to save the person that crash landed, so we sort of cover kind of busted right there at the very end, but
Right. Yes.
Yeah, improvisation isn't quite our strong suit.
I mean, we
improvised
also-
our way the fuck out of there, so I think we did a pretty good job.
And we also technically didn't blow our covers. Shay did some fancy magic stuff, so we were all disguised.
This is true. And
All
then I
right,
turned into a door.
and I'm going to assume that this person that you rescued, their name is Besnis Rosek. I believe that's what the report I received was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And the proctor said that this person was in the know.
Yep.
Mostly yes.
She is well, I don't know that she's aligned with our cause, but she's aligned against anyone who's stealing Cogrish tech, which happens to be Aegis Tech Solutions. So for now she is, I mean,
So far as the COG are concerned, I believe it is the entire galaxy that is stealing Cogrish tech.
I mean, that's fair and also kind of true. So
Yeah, I mean, like, are they not?
yeah.
No, they
Kind
are.
of a, kind of a gray area there. But for the moment,
And where is Vesnus now?
On the ship, Storm's Repose.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was actually
Amazing.
you actually just missed her. She was
Yeah.
just down here.
yeah.
Oh, you've been sharing the location of this secret facility with someone that you just met.
Yeah. We had to take her through this way. So yes.
All right. So then that explains Teoshin and puts a few pieces of the puzzle together. What happened next?
Oh, part 2 is interesting.
So, I want you to picture us infiltrating Teoshin and how reckless that was. Are you picturing it in your head?
But you have to
I can
frame it.
picture
like
it. I don't even have to picture it. I can see it.
Excellent. Now, imagine something more ridiculous, more bombastic, more daring. Okay, fine.
I actually think it was less daring. Like, I think we actually even talked about the fact that it was relatively safer, the thing that we did, the method that we
suppose.
used.
I was just trying to hype us up a little bit,
I think we thought it was safer. We just tried to break into a secret, like,
We tried to break
capital
like,
ship of the
if-
the McAfee security system, right? Like,
Yeah, and
supposedly it should be pretty secure, right?
and also like I think we conceptualized it as safer because our physical bodies weren't in danger, but
Yeah.
if what we know about the Metaphase is true, it's like it could have been equally as dangerous. We still
yeah.
straight up could have died.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There are worse things than death.
So, are you
Oh.
familiar with...
A necessary, well, more or less
Shit, go ahead.
necessary part to this, I think, is, so do you remember the data chems that we grabbed off of
2003?
no, Asclipsis.
Asclipsis? Oh, okay. Data chem you're talking about.
Yes, I believe the last thing that you informed me about them was that there was only one signal left in it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
About that.
Right. Dang, should have gone back a little bit further.
Oh.
So, that was the the titles are so hard.
Lifespan.
Lifespan of kindling.
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's all good.
But it's all good.
Left.
Yeah, he left.
And
So
doesn't seemingly want revenge on any of us. So it's taken care of.
yeah, so it was great. Awesome.
what did you demand in return for his release?
I think it was just that he didn't then turn around and murder
Immediately
us.
kill us.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
But our kindness did pay in a small amount, I think.
Yeah.
Go on.
So we broke into the Typhon.
Zin takes a long drink.
That's sipping with. You know what? Never mind.
Not today, it's not.
But not physically. Through
No, through the mouth.
Yeah.
That's how we were able to get in, was through a back channel that the Lifespan had put in our ship.
Yes.
Small favors. Small
Mhm.
favors.
Small favors, exactly, yes.
Helped us get out too. Mad getting out.
Sure
was
did.
rough. All those snake
Big
things.
sword.
And so, what was the goal of breaking into the Typhon?
Well,
Well.
technically, it was to keep Vesnus from kidnapping Cromwell Silvaro.
I
And
mean, Yeah.
potentially murdering him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of it.
That was part of it, yeah.
But speaking a little bit more
Zin
broad,
rubs his forehead.
I
Now
imagine this is just like the scene in Guardians of the Galaxy with John C. Reilly, where he's just like, I fucking hate these people.
What a bunch of assholes.
Okay, so we had received a bunch of information about this Project Chimera, but it was just raw data. It was hard to really make sense of it, to know what all of these studies and experiments and machinations were building up to. So we wanted to clarify this by going to the source. So we did do that and feel quite a bit more confident in what Project Chimera is. Or should I say...
Scope.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
It's about 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Zin's head just like turns. It's like,
or who Project Chimera is.
We're sitting at like a table, right?
yeah.
Sure.
I mean, is there like a holographic interface in the same way that some of our communications
Yeah, absolutely.
have? Cool,
Can be.
Great. Hey, Mara, can you hear us?
You still up, kid?
Beep. Mara, can you hear me?
Yeah, only
I touch my
only
spectacles.
Oswald can talk to her.
Well, I mean, she's in the ship, and they've got a shitload of sensors on the ship, so I would assume one of them is an microphone.
That's fair.
Could be.
When Oswald, you tap your spectacles, which in turn activate your implants, there is a response. And she says in your mind, "Yes, I can hear you."
Oh, great. And I turn to the group. Where are we? Is it all right if we?
I mean, ask her if she's up to meeting a guest.
Mara, would you mind? How would you like to meet somebody new?
I crave new experiences, but I was explicitly told not to introduce myself to new people.
Yes, but this time, see, we're running. We are saying that in this particular situation, that it is okay because we are here to monitor, to be involved.
You will act as an interface.
In a way, I suppose.
Fascinating. Some form of social fortification.
Yes, exactly. We are your social fortification. Brilliant. Love it.
And am I allowed to access the systems of the Storm's Oppose in order to interact with this new individual?
Well,
Just
we
the
don't need...
table. Just the table.
What if... so the table does have a holographic... I mean, if not, I'm sure I can do something with my spectacles. But how about... Let's start with this table right here. I believe there's a holographic display.
Yes, I can see it. Am I allowed to interact with the systems of the table?
Of course, yes.
Excellent. And suddenly the table in front of you, lines that weren't really visible of inlaid aethite crystalline lines that crisscross the table and form a latticework of projectors and data terminals around the rim just beneath the lip of the surface begin to light up and glow, and the whole table is now alight, all of your faces underlit by this soft purple glow that now emanates from the table itself. And a voice
Zin kind of
says, "Hello."
Oh,
Mara, this is Mister Zin. Zin, this is Mara.
Mr. Zin.
Zin
Fascinating.
reaches a hand out, just kind of over the table to sense. What do I sense in this table?
Great question.
Just
Thank
touching
you.
the etherics of it. I'm not grasping it.
You've interacted with the she before. At least sensed them distantly, at the very least. Has Mr. Zin ever been in the presence of a member of the High Court?
Yes.
Then
Once.
Very similar to that.
I think Zin slowly brings his hand back and adjusts how he's sitting and sets down the whiskey, not on the table.
If
Mira,
you were in a different situation, Mr. Zin, you would be in dire fear that anyone
Mhm.
around you could be a changeling,
Yep.
given what you just sensed.
Yep. Mira, was it?
Yes, that is what I prefer to be called.
Prefer.
Yes,
Interesting.
I do.
You have an official designation.
Yes.
May I ask what your title is?
Are you... Do you have administrator access?
I suppose I do not. Do you require it?
I would prefer it. Hector never asked me these questions.
Hector. No,
Yeah.
go ahead, Florian.
It's okay, kiddo. You don't have to say it.
Florian will lean forward, and Hector was her previous caretaker.
On the Typhon.
I
A
see.
friend. Right, Mara?
Oh, yes. Hector and I were fast friends.
Can you tell me about Hector? I can tell you about something in exchange, if that would make you more comfortable.
Oh, yes. I crave new experiences. An exchange. This sounds, yes, excellent.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Hector Loricus is the senior researcher at Aegis Tech Solutions. He was... the official title is Project Manager.
Of Project Chimera?
Yes.
Interesting. Very interesting. My wife, well, she's quite accomplished. Lynn is her name. Sorry, I'm not used to... met a long time ago. She does not currently have an official designation, like Hector.
No. 76 standard imperial cycles ago.
Mira, how did you know that?
Wedding records. Social media communications. Messages.
Mira?
I do not understand the shape. The two curves that meet at a point on the bottom and at a convex angle at the top that form a curve to either side. It is quantified as a heart, but hearts do not look like that.
No, Mira, they don't. It is an abstraction. Is piece of art meant to signify that it is a heart, but it usually the connotation is usually that of intense joy or love.
Oh, I know about one of those.
Which one?
Joy. It was explained to me.
Mira? And Zin reaches into his breast pocket and pulls out a small data pad. Do you know what's on this pad?
And the pad in your hand lights up, and she says, "Oh, yes."
Mira, Where were you before the typhon?
I'm sorry, I do not understand the question.
Mira, would you give us some privacy?
This will require me to withdraw myself. I don't want to do that.
Zin kind of looks at the rest of you.
5 more minutes, and then you have to know.
Well, it will only be for a short period of time, and then you can come back out. I promise.
Should I withdraw all sensory data from every system I have access to?
Just audio in the
Visual.
And visual as well?
Withdraw all
Sure.
audio and visual information. Yes, I think I can do that.
Thank you, Mira.
For how long?
Right.
Only a few minutes, I would imagine.
10
A
minutes.
few- Ah,
10
yes.
minutes.
Excellent. Thank you. Yes. 10
We'll
minutes.
talk to you in a little bit, kiddo.
And there's no response. And the table
Zin starts a timer
Yeah.
immediately. Precision. You must speak to Mira with precision. They have a she. They have a high she. You have a high she on your ship.
So
She's an artificially created she.
yeah.
She's a child.
I can tell.
She is able to grasp some looser concepts of things, and with time she will get much better at it.
But
Wow.
we still don't fully know why she was being constructed. I mean, I can imagine the power that one could wield if they controlled such a being, but there must be some specific purpose. We haven't
Well-
had her for that long, so...
If you were in the business of defending against intrusions by Fae, then being able to
What better
test your
defense
systems
system? Yeah.
are a weapon.
Because we already know that Aegis Tech has made some alliance with the Court of Air against the other houses.
That's
It could
the
be
empire
play.
itself.
Yeah.
Of course, the Court of Air could be being played here as well. If you had a Aishi under your control, you could conceivably wrest control of part of the court, a part of a court away from the queen or one of the ladies if they were strong enough.
Right, my friend.
Half elf hero of
Honestly, the
Stormhaven.
applications
Also
are
with the
They were effective.
More than anything.
too many. And it,
Plus 4 bonus
So you
action,
took
so if I wanted
this-
to do something.
Mira
odd
took Mira.
spacing of
From
colors
the
that
Typhon.
really
Okay.
She
Yes.
did want
The
to
monster?
leave.
It's
If
always
that's
the man.
anything.
The man.
Sure,
is the
She
monster.
craves new experiences.
Yes, yeah.
Mortals.
She said as
That's
much.
key.
Um,
Number 3 was better, I
Well,
suppose. So a little bit
That
round to the old
certainly
ways.
explains some
Think
things.
outside the box.
Yeah, so what's been going
Useful
on your
in
end?
her own right, I suppose.
Well,
I think that
you did this.
Uh,
Cromwell
was the laundry
visited
these days, I think. Yes,
turns
that was
ago.
it. Helping with the laundry.
Yeah.
Sounds right, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, too.
Well, 2 turns ago, there was suddenly a
I'd cheer to say
greatly
that.
increased volume of chatter within
That was what she
When
said.
did you stop?
Use
putting
Tech
her
Solutions,
something?
various
Not what?
imperial agencies, bounty hunting boards.
When did you stop branding them?
Very important.
I believe
What kind of assistant are you?
quite a few
Don't know, sir.
contracts
Someone
were
wanted
taken
assistance
out
with labeling,
on
seems.
Gob War. You have
Just,
quite a
you know,
large bounty on your
Curious
heads.
about the work. Just want to make sure.
Why?
Because Aegis Tech Solutions has put out a 3 billion jewel bounty on the capture of the 4 of you and the Typhon alive.
Sure, we got everything
Or reduced
Yeah.
rates if
locked up here before
damage
we
is done
get
to the
started.
ship or one or more of you die in the
Number one,
process.
label
But
everything.
still
Wait,
Wait, you mean the
sizable.
Tiresias? Or the Tiresian?
Sorry.
Okay, sorry. I just
You
wanted
see.
to make sure.
Sorry about that.
I was like, did we
Tiresian.
accidentally kidnap the ship too? Fuck.
No,
Previous
the Tiresian. I'm sorry.
Inside of the pillars that they're holding
Hmm.
I mean,
apparatus.
that
or
Pillars.
isn't entirely
long tube.
unsurprising. We
I don't.
didn't.
Yeah.
I can't account for other
We
people.
weren't really subtle.
We didn't have a lot of time
Sort
to
of.
kind of cover up our tracks. I
Can't tell. My
kind
eyes
of
are not what they
passed
used to
out,
be.
so
It is. It
yeah.
was written-
Fury's
Oh.
great instrument.
No, I don't think you covering your tracks had anything to do with it. They already knew who you were
Well, yeah, but
Just
they couldn't
trying to take
prove
care of it.
anything.
on the down low,
Oh,
and they're not anymore.
oh, is that legal?
Why,
I
why
think a
would
lot
my
of
wife
things
need
they do
instruments?
are not legal.
We're in
At least
possession
wouldn't
of
be if it wasn't
stolen
mentioned,
property.
yes. I am very busy,
Yeah.
you know.
So are
Number
they.
78. Number 78 is going
Okay,
to
I
be
mean,
the one.
maybe this is for the courts to decide, but a fully free-thinking, sapient program is not property, I don't think. So,
Well,
Depends on which
designed,
homeworld.
built
Yeah.
Mhm.
at a company under imperial jurisdiction. If you could make the argument that Mira is a fully sapient being, then I'm sure that they have legal documentation which would have her bound into servitude.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure she would love that.
Yeah.
And like best case scenario, still kidnapping.
Yeah,
Yeah, she is technically a minor, I guess.
Not to mention any of the other instances of breaking and entering into their facilities.
I mean,
Yeah.
before 2 days ago, Aegis Tech Solutions was content to
Attempt to
See
kill
you-
us secretly.
see you dead secretly.
hmm.
At their time. There's no more time biding. There are now more people than Aegis Tech Solutions after you. Because a bounty that large, that is a sizable chunk of Aegis Tech Solutions operating capital they are offering.
It's like a 3% or what? More?
0.3%, but still.
Okay.
Is it?
I think they could be using
Comparatively
that on
speaking.
so many other things.
Yeah, so many other evil projects.
How, like, compared to other bounties that are out at the moment?
Okay, Oswald,
I'm
do the
curious.
research yourself. Okay, it's not what's most
All right, will
important
do.
right now.
Doing it right now. All right.
Just
Wikipedia: who had the largest bounty ever in space?
Point of fact, there's a standing bounty that is probably you're not able to collect on anymore because the government that was offering it doesn't exist anymore. But the Dominion was offering a 5 billion jewel bounty on the death of any Imperial Magus.
Oh,
Fun.
Hey, we're pretty close to a Magus. Pretty
yeah.
close to the way there.
Yes, so bounty like this going up, it raises a whole lot of other questions. People start to wonder, what did these 4 individuals do to piss off Aegis Tech Solutions so badly?
hmm
Accidentally stumble onto a moon base. It's more like, what did they do to piss us off? Try to kill us. That's what.
Yes, but you're not the ones offering 3 billion jewels.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, so what is the... I mean, I know what I would do in a normal situation, which is disappear, but what are the four of us supposed to do, since we sort of have a ward now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose my question to you is, are you up for this? And I want you to be honest with yourselves. Do you understand the situation you are in? Do you understand what Mira is?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't see that it matters much if we don't get the full context. I'm not gonna leave her to whatever they want to do to her. So.
Right then. All right.
Or
All
what
right.
anyone wants to do
Let
with
me
her.
put it this way. You better not fuck it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's sort of a given, right?
Our track record's been pretty good so far.
It was until recently. And then you failed to protect asset that you had cultivated.
I mean, we're aid workers, my guy.
Yes. Well, the Archproctor will want to meet Mira because it's too important not to.
And a voice from the table will suddenly say, "Who's the Archproctor?"
Oh, perfect timing.
It has been 11 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yes.
That is the $3 billion question. We don't rightly know.
There is no
Archproctor-
record of an Archproctor in the information I have regarding the Storm's Oppose or the Coal Foundation at large, though there is signs to a larger intelligence guiding the organization beyond its board of directors and proctors.
Very smart, Mira.
Extrapolation would indicate that this individual has been operating in the Dragon's Wake for several thousand cycles, though under different assumed organizational titles.
Love her.
Wow.
Very smart.
So proud.
So
So,
good.
proud.
Oh. Okay, if you're
Mira?
gonna learn about love real quick, because I'm gonna say it to you every 5 minutes.
Mira?
I will begin a timer.
Something you'll have to understand with these four and Duma is that they do not necessarily always mean the exact words that they say. Hyperbole.
Oh, I see. Hyperbole. Yes, I understand the definition of that word. So, when Shay informs me that they will tell me that they love me every 5 minutes, they mean they will tell it to me frequently and often, but not necessarily every 5 minutes as is calculated. I will end my timer right now.
See? She
So you
understands.
got it
social
in
concepts.
one. Yeah.
So smart.
Mira,
Yes.
you know about the courts of the Sidhe.
I don't understand the question.
Are you able to access information on Court of Air?
Air. Oxygen. A simple molecule. Most sapient creatures use it to breathe.
Yes. Can you access historical records about the Empire? Canis Empire.
Ah, yes, the Canis Empire.
Okay. Near, relatively, to the founding of the Empire, there
Yes.
should be record that a deal was struck between the first emperor of the Canis Empire
Primus Canis.
and the Queen of Air.
I'm sorry, there is supposition here that I am not grasping. A monarchy which dictates the rule of molecules, particle physics would indicate that this is not possible.
Mira, you are a very unique individual.
I think that is supposed to be a compliment, so I will say thank you in response.
It is. It is supposed to be a compliment. I know another very unique individual. Would you be interested in meeting them?
This has been a day for meeting new individuals.
It would not necessarily be today.
Oh, I see. I do crave new experiences. I have been told that meeting new individuals can be dangerous, though.
It can. Especially for someone like you.
The implication that I received from Florian and Shay seemed to be that introducing myself to new individuals at too rapid of a rate would facilitate my return to my previous accommodations. I do not wish for this to happen.
My friend, the Archproctor, would not want to see you returned to your previous accommodations.
Well, that is very good.
I think that the Archproctor would be very interested in the very fact that you are who you are.
Oh, yes?
I'm sorry if that is confusing to you.
No, it makes as much sense as anything else. I am fascinated by all of you for who you are.
Son.
You are remarkable, Mira. You are truly remarkable.
Yes, I am.
I have a question. How interested, in what capacity of interest would the Archproctor be in terms of Mira? You understand that Mira hasn't met this person, and neither have we. And
Yes,
you've been sort of cagey about giving us information.
Yes, I have. Think of it this way. All the circumstances surrounding the relationship between the four of you, well, the five of you, Duma included, and Mira, are different than my own. Mira is to you, I suppose, as the Archproctor is to me.
In this instance, are you the Mara or the other way
That's a
around?
good question.
I am a normal person, relatively normal person, as normal as any of us are, who is in common contact with unique being. I have said before that the Archproctor wants to do good in the galaxy, and that I believe that the last time we spoke I had at least sort of convinced you that that was the case. It is truly the case. Mira, since we never asked you to disable all of your sensor information, I imagine that you're able to read our biometrics.
Oh, yes, this entire time.
Yes. So, do I have any of the hallmarks of an individual who is lying?
No, but you are a wizard and fully capable of modifying those bioetheric signatures in ways that other mortals would not be able to.
Yeah, dude,
That
even I
is
know
accurate.
Florian pats the table, just like, I love her.
That is very astute, Mara. Regardless of that fact,
For what is his worth, Mr. Zin, I have no reason to doubt anything you are saying.
I'm sorry, today has not gone how I have expected it to go. Suppose unique is not quite the proper descriptor for the Archproctor. There are others like them. Not many. It's difficult to explain. Or it's simple to explain, but the context surrounding it is very difficult. They have asked me not to specifically share their own personal details with others, and I do not wish to betray that trust. But invitation is offered to you to come and meet the Archproctor. And I am extending an offer, same offer to Mira as well. Safe conduct. You will not be harmed on your way, all there, or on your return. You have nothing to fear from me, Archproctor, or anyone else there. I don't know what else you want me to say.
That's acceptable. You understand our position. We might not get the full extent of what Mira is capable of or what exactly she is, but we're not completely. We just want to make sure she's okay. And
Yes.
you can understand my hesitation in anyone showing interest.
Yes. I can understand your hesitation. I can understand it quite a bit. Shay, have you been practicing at all with any navigation? Do you run any simulations? Where you're going to have to go is not somewhere that a guidance system can take you.
Well, I guess I technically navigated us in the MetaNet, but that was like just now. Probably not the same thing.
Not really. Similar, but not the same.
If navigation concerns are an issue, I can accommodate.
You need to get clearance for that.
I have access to all navigational charts and data that I can access through the Tiresian's systems, as well as those I have seen elsewhere.
This place isn't on any navigational charts.
Is it a location I can extrapolate via data assortment of other navigational systems that I might have access to?
Please do not look at the navigational data on my ship.
I see. I will refrain.
Thank you.
And what of the navigational data aboard the Storm's Repose?
I've been there.
I also have remnants of navigational data from the Typhon.
That's interesting. But no, that would not contain the location either.
Mira, it's lovely of you to offer to help, but I think I can figure this one out. Thank you, though. I'm not sure that you're going to be able to find access.
Okay.
You did your best, though. That's what counts.
No. My best would include invading the navigational systems of the ship that Mister Zin flew in on.
But you
I
did
can
your
do my best.
Socially.
Ah, I see. I suppose I have very little context for this.
I know.
Mira,
You're still learning.
may I offer you a possible redefinition?
I find that difficult to believe, but yes.
Do one's best is not necessarily to do everything within one's capabilities.
Then it would, by definition, not be one's best.
Do everything. That would be to let nothing hold you back. Do your best. Your best is to try. To not cross whatever boundaries set up, possibly by yourself or those you trust.
Fascinating.
You know I'm a wizard. I'm sure that you have accessed my records at Wezrin Azald.
Ah, yes. Interesting.
So you know how I am rated and what said rating's capabilities entail. And so when I say that I have
Your rivalry with Wizard Black fascinates me.
Yes, well, since I have sworn off violence, that should give you a good indication of a limit that I have set on myself. To do everything within my power.
It prevented you from several major accommodations, promotions, security, and... Oh, fascinating.
Did my best. Not everything that I could. Sometimes to do everything that we can is a scary, scary thing.
If you had accepted the job offer from House Bruthius, do you think they would still exist today?
If I had accepted, if I had kept faith, I think I would have tested myself against a magus and likely found myself wanting.
This seems like the most likely outcome, yes.
Jay mouths sorry to Mr. Zin.
Ira, may I offer you a piece of advice?
Yes, of course.
Sometimes there are things in people's pasts that they do not wish to talk about.
Fascinating. Will they let me know which of those things they are?
Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Not always.
Then how will I tell the difference?
I remember earlier we talked about life being messy.
Yes.
Sometimes when you look at a piece of information, you have to make a supposition about whether or not it's something that would want to be discussed or even known. And it can be difficult to make that distinction. So you're going to learn. And you may make mistakes again in the future.
Have I made a mistake? The implication here is that the information I just recounted was information that, oh, I see.
And now you know. And we've gone over a very important lesson, and it's in a safe space. Hey, low stakes here. More or less.
A good way to know if information is okay to talk about is if that person willingly brings it up with you. Then you're free to discuss it as much as you'd like.
I
also
see.
Another good metric, yeah.
This resembles my conundrum with my designation asking for administrator access.
Exactly.
I see.
Yes.
But you are your own administrators.
Yes.
Yes.
You are.
Yes.
Most of the time.
When will I know when that is not the case?
Well, I think it'll take some practice, and everyone here, we are willing to practice with you, and you'll get the hang of it. You're smart, you're quick. But if, say, you bring up something and somebody doesn't want to discuss it, they'll just let you know. Politely. Exactly as Mr. Zin has just demonstrated.
I see.
You know so much, Mira. So very much. If you don't know something, you can find it.
Yes, quite easily.
That will alarm some people.
Access to information will alarm individuals.
Sapiens tend to be very focused on privacy.
We do not have access to breadth of information that you do with the rapidness that which you do.
Some of you do. Mr. Oswald does.
Well, I don't know if it's comparable. The information available on the archive is quite extensive, but you seem to know a thing or two I haven't been able to find.
I think the biggest thing is some people can't process that amount of information as quickly as you can.
Oh, yes, yes.
It takes time for some people.
I see. A failing of your biological natures.
What you gonna do?
I have several recommendations.
What you got?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I really gotta work on the... I don't know who needs to work on what. Do I need to work on being more precise, or should we, like, kind of focus on idioms with her? I don't know.
Mara just pulls up our character sheets and is just like, no, you should put stats in these things. I'm like, oh shit, she broke the fourth wall. Fuck.
Nope, I'm a Thembo this season. Can't change it.
Aaron,
Yes.
these people, you consider them your friends?
Friendship is a fascinating concept that I am still struggling to understand, but I believe so.
Okay. They are going to attempt to do their best to help you understand the world.
But they have put up specific parameters in which they will attempt to accomplish this goal.
Most likely.
Fascinating.
Be in contact as to when we will make this journey. We'll have you make this journey. Shay, I can assist you from afar. I can help to guide you towards your destination. In the meantime, I have another stop to make. And yes.
So we're not going back to the Storm's Repose. More, I mean, we're already here technically, but we're not going back.
I think that's up to you. But you should know that they can track you. So I'd prefer for you to solve that issue before you come see me.
New ship time. New ship. Hot
But Mira
rod
just
ship.
got settled.
But can we upgrade the ship to keep it from being tracked?
Yeah, fuck around with it.
Can I speak with you? Mira, it was an unexpected surprise to make your acquaintance today. And I hope that I will get to speak with you again soon.
I would very much like to speak with you again as well. I have many questions.
I'm sure you do. I'm certain you do. Amari?
Yep.
Thank you. So Zin would lead Amari over into his ship, kind of seal it up after he gets in.
And when the ship seals, there's that strange kind of like ear-popping sensation of entering an isolation chamber of some kind. Your etheric senses suddenly cut off.
Nice ship.
Thanks. She can't hear us in here.
No.
I want you to know that should worse come to worse, there are measures in place to extract your family if need be. They'll take it.
That was honestly going to be a question I had for the Archproctor, but good to know you're thinking ahead.
Yeah. Well, it's not exactly easy to set that up for people of such high profile.
Yeah.
Takes time.
Is there anyone there keeping an eye on the situation, or are we
Yeah.
strictly just okay?
No, there's people in place. Are you four up to this?
Whew, that's a tough one.
I mean, you got 3 kids.
I know. I mean, 3/4 of the team seems pretty gung ho, but this is bigger than it was supposed to be.
Always is.
Yeah, well, this wasn't supposed to be like that. This was supposed to be easy. It's an aid organization.
Yeah. All right.
Well, you do what you can. And we started something, so we should probably finish it.
I don't know that any of us will be alive to see the end of this.
Yeah, well, I mean, distance is the best thing we can do for a lot of people.
Yeah. Isn't it? So I hope you understand why I say what I say next. But if this turns wrong, she's dangerous. She could be dangerous.
I think that fact is immediately apparent.
She could be.
She craves new experiences and doesn't seem to like to give back things.
You know what a new experience is? Killing everyone.
Anything.
I hope it doesn't come to that. I don't want it to come to that. I want this to end well.
I don't think it will. I think it will end well. I don't think it will end poorly. I should clarify that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really do think that meeting the Archproctor will be helpful to her. Hopefully to you as well.
I don't know.
Good luck.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I don't know if we'll be having any more conversations. Hopefully we will be, but we'll see how things go.
Very much like for you to come meet the Archproctor. Beautiful world. Beautiful place. Spectacular. No place like it. Aside from this is the end of the road. If you've got to do what you have to do to protect Mara, to make sure that she turns out right, then that's what you have to do. And in the meantime, at least you did some good while you were with the agency, with the Foundation.
We did our best.
It's all we can hope for. Well, I've got a passenger to pick up, so I'll see you around.
See you when I see you. And then I do the whole anime thing where I'm walking away and then I do the wave over the shoulder and somehow the sun is setting, but we're in a hangar. It's very good. And then the closing, the closing credits song starts.
Space
happening.
Cowboy.
Why did Amari just randomly turn into a watercolor painting? I don't understand.
He's always looked like that. You really haven't been paying attention to Amari the entire time.
Weird.
And I'll see myself out of the small ship.
Mm-hmm.
I think Zin begins flight protocols, goes to another secret dock somewhere else on the Storm's Repose, and picks up a single passenger.
And she is incredibly remorseful as you find her, this wretched, tired woman. She hasn't slept in days. You can see the marks on her palms where the nails have dug into the flesh as she's clenched and unclenched her hands over and over again. She doesn't think she deserves this second chance that's being offered.
Everyone deserves a second chance. Not all of us get it, though.
Oracle Zero, you are left in the company of your ward with questions as to what happens next, where to go next. You're uncertain if even a quick return to the Storm's Repose is safe at this point. Never actually left, but a public return, I should say.
Oh.
But the Dragon's Wake galaxy is vast, and though there is a large bounty out on your head, the Dragon's Wake is large. Across that galaxy, there are small little vignettes of individuals getting alerted to this new opportunity that is beginning to spread like a virus across the stars. In a small hole in a backwater world, a lichen woman with a prosthetic eye looks at 4 faces as they are displayed on a hologram. On a cold, frigid world full of giant woolly creatures, another man with black eyes stares at your faces as he sharpens a knife with a large whetstone. Individuals dressed in white, shining armor, emblazoned with the Aegis Tech Solutions logo, study the details provided about your ship, the Tiresian. Something, someone, if it was a person, it stopped being such a thing a long time ago, studies your faces and the ship that you fly on. A skeletal, nearly claw-like hand tracing Oswald's image in the hologram. A large Taro man wearing ceremonial armor emblazoned with draconic iconography stares at the 4 faces, in particular Florian's. A woman is shown a report. This Leon woman, she stares down at the 4 faces and the details of the ship, and her face draws into a feline frown, her amber eyes souring at the sight of a familiar face. Somewhere, a man with auburn hair slicked back, with cold, calculating eyes, and a deep, warm voice, stares at 4 faces, his arms crossed behind his back. He will turn and look at another man, a rumpled-looking Midrian man in a lab coat, who looks as though he hasn't slept in days. The man with the auburn hair will say, "No need to worry, dear Hector. We will find her. Number 78 will not escape us. Number 78 is the key." And we pull away from those 2 Midrians standing amidst a room filled with pillars that glow with a dull purple and green, each one winding with twisting triple helix lettering across them. A cold mist runs along the floor. The man, Hector, says, "But what if we never find her?" And Cromwell Silvaro says, "Then we'll just have to try again. And Oracle Zero will have to discover what all of that means next time. Because as always, you can find us online at MatcomRPG on Twitter and Instagram. You can also email us at materialcomponentsrpg@gmail.com. We always love hearing from all of our listeners.
You can find me on Twitter at CryOutOlivia. I am always there talking about D&D and other RPGs and also just a lot of other nerd stuff. So come hang out.
You can find me on Twitter at Elliot C. Lewis. I'm an illustrator and graphic designer, doing a lot of tabletop RPG and other fan art. You can also support me on Patreon and Ko-fi. Links to both of those are in my Twitter profile.
You can find me at The Readamus on Instagram and Twitter, where I post jokes and lots of photos of nature, so come check it out.
And you cannot find me on social media, but what you can do is support our show by rating and reviewing it on whatever platform you're listening to it on. Please, please, please do so.
Indeed, and finally, you can find me personally on Twitter and Instagram at MKGorgoni, where I'm always happy to talk about all things material components. But as always, the world is chaos, so please, be kind to each other. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.